Hello guys, this is my final video based on beta footage and today we are discussing the potential behind this new Doom. And yeah, again let's get all the mandatory disclaimers out of the way. My personal opinions, beta footage, subject to change. So there it is. But yeah, we will be mostly talking about multiplayer, but obviously we gotta address the single player too, right? Today I watched two new videos about the single player campaign and boy it looks so awesome. I mean I'm really waiting for it, and for me this game is a must buy
Allô,
just
on va
because the
sortir avec
single
les
player
balles et les
campaign.
fusils à pompe.
uh, it did look modern, like there are lots of new modern features there. And even though the old school arena shooter guys are gonna call me a heretic, I think it's a good thing. And yeah, this beta got a lot of rage from various players because, well, I'm not judging anybody, but for me it looked like people are expecting pretty much the same game as the original Doom, which is just nuts because, I mean, it's been over 20 years and games do evolve. And yeah, obviously it's a business decision too. And this new Doom was never aimed for arena shooter guys because let's be honest, there aren't that many anymore. And so this is, I guess this is an attempt to please both of the parties, even though looks like the beta pissed off pretty much everybody. But I don't know, I honestly enjoyed this multiplayer, and really it's too early to say anything because there were only two maps and not even half of the features that there will be. I think it looks promising. There just has to be some adjustments on the mindset when you are playing this. Like, you are not playing a classic Doom, right? This is a new school Doom, and honestly, I really don't think it's a bad thing. Well, of course there are some things that do bug me too, and yeah, a lot of people have been comparing this new Doom to Halo series, and I get it, alright, but I wouldn't still categorize them like that. What is noteworthy is that id Software hasn't been developing this multiplayer by its own. They have actually partnered with, what was the company? Certain Affinity, yes, which has been a studio that has basically helped a lot of big studios with the multiplayers. Yes, like Halo 4. But I honestly don't know which parties the handwriting of Certain Affinity and which part is id. But the single player campaign is just pure id, and it really shows. It's awesome. I think the majority of the guns are good, and since this is a shooter game, it is mandatory that the guns feel good, right? If we think about the previous Doom, Doom 3, the shooting wasn't. It didn't feel that good in that game, and it was some way hollow. I can't really explain it, but you just felt that it wasn't like 100% complete. However, in this Doom, when I was playing the beta, I really thought that the shooting is executed well, and I don't know. I honestly have to wait for the final version to come before I can give it a better judgment. But at this point, I think potential is there, definitely, and the single player campaign will be will be awesome no matter what. But yeah, I was saying that there are lots of modern features. Yes, well, you guys can see them, right? It's right there. All the loadouts and perks. Well, not perks, but what are they? Hack modules and stuff like that. Yeah, this is why people are saying that this reminds them of Halo. But there are lots of classical stuff too, right? I mean, no sprinting. The guys are moving the constant speed by default. No reloading, which at least for me took some practicing. I was constantly trying to reload because I've been just so accustomed to do that. And no, not a map of any kind. So there are these modern parts and classic parts. And I think a lot of players will be well, they won't feel like home, at least at first, because there are at least some things that aren't that they aren't familiar with, at least in a game like this. But I really find it interesting that id Software did this kind of strategy, and they are trying to mix new and old. Come May 13th, well, then we will know if it worked. It's almost like 2 weeks anymore, right? The release. Nice. But honestly, as I said in my first beta video, I haven't been thinking this new duo excuse me, multiplayer like Halo at all. I've been thinking Bioshock 2. It really reminds me of Bioshock 2. In a good way. I'm really interested to see what kind of stuff the community will make with the Snap Map. Bunch of new modes and maps. I mean, it's nice because even though the default modes and stuff like that would be, well, not as good, the player can still make their own. One thing I can't stand is this ending here and these taunts. They are so childish and makes me want to rip my head off when I'm watching them. God. But yeah, I think even though people have been raging about this, it has been premature rage, and rage because this isn't the same game that came out in 93. Yeah, and I honestly think people have to look at the final release and then make up their mind after that, because now it is just too early. Well guys, I hope you like this, and I really want to hear what you guys are thinking about this new Doom. And yeah, share, subscribe, like, terrible stuff. Stay positive and let me be the Doomsayer.